So today we are going to talk on a very interesting and unique topic, and that is about agile processes with Scrum and Kanban. So I hope all of you are excited about it. So I'm calling the speaker on stage. Just give me a moment, I think.
Hello everyone.
Hi. Hi, Shraddha. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great.
Before we
Yeah.
start, let me introduce myself to you everyone.
Yes.
Hello everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Shraddha Misri. I am a QA lead in Wipro Technology. I have 8 years of experience in testing, and apart from that, I have done cloud certification, AWS cloud certification, practitioner course, and apart from this professional, I am not I'm just a beginner Bharatanatyam dancer. So my hobbies usually are like reading non-fiction books. That is all about me. So let's just jump into the thing which we are going to discuss today. So as we know that we are living in the era that everything is changing rapidly. Today, what is tomorrow, something new will come into the picture. So to just match up with this, we need something which goes side by side with this. So for that, we need some process to streamline this work, to streamline the all the software technology in which we are working in. So for that process, we need agile. Can somebody tell me in just a plain English what exactly agile means? I think let's make it more that interactive session rather than I speaking and you listening. You can say something if you guys want to say something. Anyone, what agile mean?
Yeah. So if anyone wants to come up on the stage and
Yeah,
wants to tell us, and then we'll be asking the questions that we have from Shraddha.
yeah,
So Boski's saying change.
yeah. A quick change and without any, without any friction. You
Yeah,
can
I think
easily you can
fast and
adapt the
efficient.
change.
Fast
Yeah,
and efficient. Yeah.
yeah. And that is why this agile process is into the process, is into this software development, so that right now everything changed today. Whatever you are working on, some requirements that changes frequently, so to just pace up with that, we need an agile process. So I know every nowadays every not only software at other sectors are also are using the agile process to streamline their work. They are working into the agile process. So that is all about agile. Now, what exactly agile do? Agile is all about that agile works on the philosophy of that MVP, and what that MVP means, minimum viable product. That means that we don't deliver the whole product to the customer. We give the small crunch of a product to the customer so that he is able to see, he has a clear picture of what we are developing for them, so that on that basis he can that a work small crunch of a product, you can say, which is in the working condition, so that he can give his feedback about on that, so that how whether they are whether this software is meeting their expectations or not. So that we call as MVP, that is minimum viable product. So this is the concept how the software is developed in the agile process. Now there are the four main manifestos of agile. What are they? The first one is individual and interaction over the process and tool. Like we don't believe in like once in a month or after 6 months we need to we need to have a conversation with the client. Usually in the traditional waterfall model we do, but in the agile we have a continuous and constantly and frequently conversations with the client. Like we are delivering the MVP to the customer, so we get the feedback continuously on that till the whole product is delivered to the client. Then working software over the comprehensive document. Like we don't believe on like documenting like first phase will be this, second phase will be this, third, fourth, blah blah blah. And what we believe that we need to give the working small crunches of the working software um, to the customer, so that he is happy, he knows something is working. Some people are working, there is a transparency, he's not like he has given a requirement I need, and then at the end of the development and end of the whole cycle he come to know that this is what, and maybe he will not be happy with the outcome which we have delivered. And third one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. It's about like we have frequently conversations with the customer. Like after every end of the sprint, we have the sprint review with the customer. So we have frequent conversation. We don't have that we need the contract of 6 months. After 6 months, we will deliver this part. After 6 months, this is not in the agile process. And responding to the change over following the plan. What that means that suddenly, for example, we have developed a login page and customers say, no, this login button should not be in green color. This should be in blue color. So we can change. We are adapt to that change. Like we don't have like, oh, what we will do now? We have to go back and change something. That is not the thing which agile favor, that we are very okay, not a problem, we will do it, like very easy go process. As the name suggests that agile is a continuous changing and adapt to change. And now there are the two main methodologies in there are not two, there are two many methodologies in this agile, but two are very very famous which are used oftenly nowadays. They are, one is Scrum and second one is Kanban. What does, and these two frameworks or the methodologies of the agile process, every sectors are using it and adapting it and streamlining their process, whether it is sales, whether it is marketing, whether it is support, or whether it is the software development. Every department is using these methodologies, these two frameworks. And now first we will discuss about Scrum. Scrum, what is Scrum? Scrum is a process, it's a framework of the agile which is built to give a uh, productive that product, and that helps to foster the teamwork and are very responsive for the continuous changing requirement. This is about the Scrum, and the Scrum has number of events. It is followed by the number of events. Scrum has the roles in it. What are the roles? First role is the product owner. As the name only suggests, product owner means the who is the owner of that product, what we are developing, and he is the representative of a client. What client wants, how he wants, what is the expectations of client from the customer, all that are you can see all that are represented by the product owner. He's the owner of that product. Now their second part is the Scrum Master. What does Scrum Master is? You can say he is a coach or a facilitator who helps the team to follow the agile process, to follow the Scrum process, to follow the Scrum framework, and he helps to remove the impediments from the uh, 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 within the team, and helps the team to uh, follow the process without any that you know without any trouble. Okay, he always helps them to find the ways how they can proceed if they find any blockers in between. And there is a development team. Development team doesn't mean who is developing the who is developing The product development team means it's a combination of the cross-functional team. It involves business analysts, it's involved developing team, it's involved testing team, it's involved the DevOps team. Everyone is involved in that. Okay, it's not a single one. So that is about the Scrum rules. Now there are different events in the Scrum. What are they? First one is the sprint. What is sprint? Sprint is just, you can say, is a time box. It is a framework. Just a frame. It is a time frame in which we have to develop the MVP, which I told you, minimum viable product. That it lasts for either 2 to 4 weeks. It is a time bound. It is for 2 to 4 weeks. So in that time period, in that 2 to 4 weeks, different activities, development activities, testing activities, deployment activities, refinement of user stories, then writing of everything take place within that span of time. And the second event is the daily scrum, or daily, you can call it stand up meeting, daily scrum meeting, or the sprint meeting. Depends upon um, the terminologies changed from the department to department, what they want to um, say it. So what that means, it is a daily meeting which comprises of all the teams or the development teams within this sprint. What they do, they discuss what they have done yesterday and what they will do today. If they had any blocker, so they will find that, because the Scrum Master is taking this Scrum meeting, so he will find the way, he or she will find the ways to remove that impediments from their work and allow them to work smoothly. This is the manifesto of this the Scrum meeting, and the duration of this spring meeting is 15 minutes maximum, and it can last either for it can take place either daily or alternatively, that depends upon how the Scrum Master want to proceed with this Scrum meeting. And after that Scrum meeting, there is the sprint this sprint review. What does sprint review mean? Sprint review means when whatever the work is done within, I told you, when the team has, the sprint is made, so different work is given to the different team members, and whatever the work they have done, that is combining, and the MVP is made, that the minimum viable product is given, and that in that sprint meeting there is a show and tell to the customer. That is usually done by the QE team, the testing team. Just shows the work which they as a team has done, and they just they just showcase to the customer. And after, as you can see, that name is the sprint review. That means that customer gives the review of that MVP, what we have done. When we show it to the customer, he gives the overall view of whether he is happy, what need to be changed, what need not to be changed, what whether that MVP meets the customer needs, or that is done. After this is done, after the end of the and the last activity of the sprint. Okay, after the after whole the end of the sprint, there is a sprint retrospective. What does that mean? That it is the, you can say, it is just the contemplate on the thing. This is within the team only. Customer is not involved in this meeting. They contemplates on the things what they have done in this sprint, what things they have done right and what went wrong, and how they can improve it in the next sprint. This is all discussed in this meeting. This is all about the sprint. And now there are the two things in the huh?
So there are
Hello.
few questions. There are few questions from the community that I
Mm-hmm.
think we can take right now, since only 10 minutes are left.
Okay.
Yeah. So we actually ran a form where they asked their questions on the topics. I think you would be best suited to answer those. So
Mm-hmm.
firstly, as you were talking about Scrum and Kanban, right? Um,
Right.
how does So first question is, how does testing fit into the Scrum and Kanban workflows? So you explained about Scrum. If you
Mhm.
can quickly explain about the Kanban part also. Yeah.
Yeah. I because I was about to finish the Scrum also, because I was going about Kanban only. Kanban is just a signboard. It's the billboards. It's usually used in the support project or the small project, because reason being, it is not a time bound. You don't have any time bound in Kanban. That works on the pull system. What that means is that when there is a capacity to do the work, then only the tickets are pulled by the particular teams. There is a column and the cards, like different columns are to do, work in progress, and done. Okay, then there are the different cards, means the user story, items, features, whatever there is, they are kept into the different columns. They are pulled, and there is a work in progress limit. Like for example, if in the to do list, if I'm at testing, I'm testing some tickets. I can test maximum in my in test column. There should be maximum 3 tickets. There should not be more than 3. There is a limit of work in progress. And it depends that you don't have to do the like workload. You don't have to take the work. Just chill and work. When you have a capacity, just pull the ticket and do your work. And it depends upon the continuous changes. For example, I am working on one user story. A developer is working on one user story, and there will be one change in that user story. Okay, so what is that? What will he do? He will leave that user story. He will start working on the next user story, and that user story went into the refinement state. It's like that. Anytime there can be a change, like that is not recommendable in Scrum. When the sprint is in the process form, you cannot take the changes. You can address that change in next sprint, but in ongoing sprint you cannot change. But that is not in the case of Kanban. You can change with the in the ongoing ticket. You can leave that ticket. That ticket will go into again the refinement set. You can start with the next ticket. This is the in usually Kanban. Actually, Kanban was developed by the Toyota company for their manufacturing unit. So that is very nice. But for the small project, for the maintenance project, for the support project, this Kanban can be used. Not for the project which is starting from the scratch, because for that you need a time bound. You cannot tell, oh, I have whenever I have a time, then I will test. It is not for the which when you are starting the project from the scratch. But yes, the already frameworks are done. When you are giving the maintenance or the support project, they are already, you don't have to create the code for that. You have that framework, and you can deliver. Okay, theek hai yaar, ek sath many, I will not give too many tickets to whenever I have this chilling type of work. And this is about Kanban
Okay.
usually used by the small projects.
Got it. There's another question. Just a second. So I'll just find that question in the comments. Till then, I'll ask the questions from the community. So the question is, what strategies do you use to handle regression testing in Scrum and Kanban?
Uh, Look, regression testing usually means that we need to run the past test cases, right? So the best strategies for is to automate those test cases. So it will save your time, because that part is a very stable part, and that part will not change. Stable part you can automate. You do the automation. Usually you can do when, for example, whenever you can create the continuous integration pipeline. You can set the continuous CI pipeline, so that whenever there is a deployment, you will run that regression test suite. This is the way we can handle those. We can have the regression test suites in the Kanban and with in both in Kanban and Scrum.
Got it. We had a question from Matthew in the comments. The question is, are sprint burn down charts important metric?
That depends upon, like, in our when we were using that Scrum, so we were not focusing on burn down. That totally depends upon the manage who is handling. Like when we were using this, we were not focusing on this sprint burn down chart. We were just planning. We were just focusing on that sprint planning was taking place and sprint was taking place. Then there was that the process of development and testing, and the simultaneously we were doing the uh, validation and verification. After that we were doing that we were following that process, but depends upon. Sometime it is I do think it should be the part, but as but we have not practiced in our projects till now. So maybe
Got
yes,
it.
it could be.
Yeah. So, my last question for today, and since we only have 5 minutes left, I think we can cover this one. Is what are
Uh-huh.
the top three challenges faced while testing in agile environments, and how can they be mitigated?
Okay. The first challenge is the changing requirement. You know, everything is changing so frequently. So we can mitigate it like that, constantly and frequently, and collaborating with the team, constantly have communication with the dev team. And it is found that there is very less communication between the testing team and the development team. There should be the constant, and they should be constantly asking questions. And the when there is this change in the requirement, they are changing the code simultaneously. The listed testing team can also upgrade their test scripts, so that when the actual MVP is coming from the for the testing, we are able to do that testing. And the second one is the I think so, changing time constraint. Of course, we have always find that we got a very little time span for the testing. We are always struggling that how less time we are getting. So what we can do is that when they are in when they are in the development thing, we can mitigate it with prioritizing the test script. Or before that, when they are developing, we can write the test scripts, and we can prioritize the test scripts accordingly. Like for example, the business flow, the end to end flow should get the priority, and they should be the stable part of the application. So at that following that path, we should just do that. We should segregate, and we should prioritize according to the this time span. And third one is the, of course, the quality. We are the quality engineers, so we cannot compromise with the quality. So we have to give the quality product. So that can be that we should just when they are developing the product, we should go through the user stories. We should learn, we should read the each acceptance criteria. We should write the test scripts for each and every exception criteria points. And if we are not we find that ambiguity in that, we should discuss with the business team, or with business analyst, or with the development team, how it is like that. This way we have the overall all knowledge of the product, and we can deliver the product quality product. These three things, which I think these are the very challenging at a time, and
Understood,
every
Shraddha.
one of us has faced this, because I
Yeah,
have always faced it.
makes a lot of sense to have these three as the top challenges. Thank you so much for being part of this IG Live with us, Shraddha. It was
Thank you so
amazing.
much for having me. It was wonderful. Yeah,
Yeah, you shared a lot of insights, and I'm sure the audience also loved it. We will meet with you, Shraddha, in another IG Live or some other event. So till then, thank you so much for doing
thank
this
you.
with us, and
Have
thank
a
you
nice
to
day.
all the
Bye bye.
attendees for joining us. So thank you and everyone, and bye. Happy testing.
Happy testing.